together.
Our angles are always the worst.
Oh yeah, there's no good angles of us. Everybody knows that.
I'm trying to get all this shit in.
Well, do your best.
I'm doing it.
Do your best.
Okay, here we go.
Ready to start it?
We can start anytime you goddamn want
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome, friends, family, fans, listeners, to another episode of the world's greatest action sports podcast. It's also an action sports podcast about nothing, and I'm Chris Cote.
And I'm Todd Richards.
Did you just smash your finger between these chairs?
No, there was just
We should do one. We should at least do one show where we're on lap, like you're on my lap or I'm on your lap. A lap show.
What? Why would that be good? Why is that good for anyone?
I just think a lap show would be really good.
What do you like? You think Santa Claus has got the run?
I don't know.
I don't know
who would be on whose lap. I just think it'd be a good dynamic because I'm going vertical and live on YouTube.
You want to get some lap?
I just think vertical on laps would be. We have sponsors. Today is what, March 25th. Todd just got back from a wild, awesome weekend.
It was wild.
I am in the throes of recording new music for my band, Sunbender. We're about a song and a half in. We have till Saturday. We got a producer from the UK, George Perks.
No shit.
He
flew all the way here for you guys?
So, long story short.
What kind of budget are you guys working with?
Ben, who's his manager agent. Ben and George became friends and started their love of music because of our old band, Cut You Up. They always wanted to work with us. Now we have this band, Sunbender. So over the past couple of years, we've been talking. Boom, came together. Homie Tom DeLong offered up his home studio.
Well, holy shit.
And so it's happening, and we're doing it. And I just did a bass track this morning and a vocal track this morning. And I took a break to come do this awesome podcast, and can't wait to hear all about Homesick. That's just my quick update.
Yeah. That's a kind of a lot. I'm kind of blown away.
That was kind of like a big thing to just throw out.
Yeah, you just threw that out there.
Yeah.
I thought I had news. You don't,
That's good news. Big news.
Okay. Do you want to do this? Well,
let's do our sponsor advertainment. This podcast is presented by Portal EXP at portal.exp. This is something that I think the world needs a lot. Always has, always will. This is mental wellness. This is helping people express themselves, helping people feel better. Portal.exp, they make clothes. The clothes help fund the HE73 nonprofit that helps with mental health. So follow at portal.exp. You'll hear all about it there. New Greens, at New Greens. New Greens helps us internally, externally, and
this
Todd.
This is what you do. This is what you use. This is what you do. I'm gonna check my angle real quick. My phone's tilted.
Check your angle. So
no, we're good.
New Greens.
No, we're good.
New Greens.
I have a live feed.
We don't have any sponsors that we don't fully back and believe in. Okay. Mammoth Mountain. That's another one. We back and believe in Mammoth Mountain. At Mammoth Mountain, they've had an epic season, and it's gonna be. How long do you think it's gonna go? Till June?
Dude, Miracle March.
Miracle March. It's all happening
It's
at Mammoth
just
Mountain.
getting good. And I will add this too, is that Icon Pass. If you get your Icon Pass now,
okay,
you have access to the rest of the season wherever Icon Pass is sold. So
and
I'm saying, yeah, and then next year.
Oh, so you get a 2025 pass,
dude. You get 2025 into 2026.
And you go to Mammoth.
But I'm saying, like,
now
the season,
later.
like, kind of just like kicked off on the West Coast.
Dude.
So like, it's a kind of a deal, and they're cheap now.
That's wild.
You can get them cheap.
So it's not only discounted, but you can also use it for the whole rest of the year.
Yeah, what I'm saying.
Some people forget that snowboarding can start in November.
That's right.
Or October even.
Let's go.
Sunbum at Sunbum. As I mentioned, we have some British friends in town. It was sunny earlier in the week, and I personally slathered them up. They were lily white, and I slathered them up with Sunbum. And I did go to the beach this weekend. I surfed on Sunday, full spring break vibe.
Yeah.
And everyone was down there on the beach, pale.
Yeah, this is the time. This is when you need to use Sunbum to stave off the burns.
Yeah, like you can get tan. That's totally fine. But like your nose, your ears, your head. Mm-hmm. Some of us need a little bit on the top of our head, on this little skin island. So at Sunbum, Spy Optic.
Spy Optic, hey, they are a big supporter of what I do, and I'm very, very happy for them.
They're sitting on top of my face.
They're great. Spy Optic got the best glasses and lenses, in my opinion, in the world. Let me take some of this.
You can get those at Hansen Surfboards, at Hansen Surf.
You're going slow.
Bachan's,
Japanese barbecue sauce.
Let's talk all about that in Snow News.
Okay, but we're going to just...
That's our time to break it in. Break it down. They're the best.
Okay, Bachan's Japanese barbecue sauce. More of that in snowboard news. Machu Picchu Energy at Machu Picchu Energy.
Yep.
It is clean, burning energy.
And if you have one of those in the afternoon,
matcha,
you can actually sleep that night, unlike a lot of other energy drinks.
Kind of. It depends on what time you drink it.
2.
I know people that drink energy drinks at like 7 o'clock at night.
Gnarly.
And they're totally fine.
Panic and coffee and tea.
Yeah, go ahead. Tell us what that does.
Same thing.
Panic, coffee and tea. Where you can be breaking in breakfast in the morning. You can get your coffee. It's a great place to have meetings. I got 2 meetings there tomorrow.
Wow. And you're probably going to see cool people like...
That's right. It's actually kind of like it's like a good place to have a meeting, but also a horrible place to have a meeting.
Yeah, because every other person that walks by, they know you.
Yeah. But that's good. Like if you're trying to impress the person you're having a meeting with, that like you have sway. Yeah. So, I don't know.
You're right.
It's up in the air.
Bub's Naturals, at Bub's Natural. I just made a cup of noodles for my son Roman, who's almost, I think, done with his broken pinky. So I put some collagen in there from Bub's, and he's healing up so quick. I love that product. Pedal.electric, at Pedal.electric. Talk about summer parking. You don't need to worry about that with a Pedal Electric. These are the best bikes in the business. At Mint Tours as well.
Listen, we got a couple spots left. Mint Tours. I am doing a trip with them to Mount Bachelor the 10th through the 14th of April. There's still a couple slots open. It is going to be a mini half-pipe bonanza.
That's amazing.
Mount Bachelor just finished up the world's longest mini half-pipe. I'm not shitting you here. They've got this thing done in cooperation with the Woodward facility
up there. They're cooperating with them?
Yeah, well, they're working. I was looking for the word. I couldn't find the word. Anyway,
in partnership with?
No, not even in partnership.
Cooperation.
The Woodward Park crew has made the world's longest mini pipe right there in front of the main lodge, and I'm doing mini pipe clinics. I'm gonna coach.
Yeah, and Todd's nickname in high school was World's Longest Mini Pipe. And if you do go on that Mint Tours with Todd, guess what? You will be privy to this brand new run of stickers from Die Cut.
Let me see these ones.
Stickers.com.
The Monday Match you can't unlisten.
Yeah, these are some catchphrases we came up with.
Is the I'm sorry one on there?
No, I have 3.
Oh, this one's good.
Okay, you have...
I have the Monday Mass, you can't unlisten. Okay. We also have the Monday Mass, you probably won't like it.
That's for, your
partners. And Monday Mass, kind of a sick podcast.
Yeah, you know what? I actually should have done that in italics. Kind of a sick podcast, question mark. You can do those yourself. So yeah, diecutstickers.com.
I didn't realize there were 3 different ones.
Yeah, and I also got Sunbender stickers made by diecutstickers.com.
Sick.
Thank you, Jerry.
Jerry's the fucking best, dude.
Do you want to start with Snow News?
Yeah, let's start with Snow News.
Okay.
It's fresh. It's fresh. It's exciting. So I just got back from... Well, no, I'm going to start it off. Snow News is brought to you by... what the fuck am I saying? Bachan's Japanese barbecue sauce at Bachan's. So the Bachan's original best trick contest wrapped up on Sunday. Best snow. What is the verbiage?
Original snow trick.
Okay, original snow trick contest. There's a ton of people were submitting their entries.
They're so good.
On Sunday, there are some really, really good ones.
This was really hard.
Go to @Bachan's and vote. There are some super, super funny ones, very creative. There's everyone drinking, slathering up rails. We had someone doing an Edward Bachan's hands edit. It's so funny. So go there and check it out. All right,
and thank you guys for submitting. There's so much, guys and girls.
$2,000 for first place and a year's supply of Bachan. Second place, the runner-up gets a year's supply of Bachans. So it's kind of a win.
How much would a year's supply of Bachans for you?
A fucking lot, dude.
52 bottles.
Yeah, I use a lot of it.
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah, you do.
And I've been bringing the mini bottles with me, which is kind of cool. All right, so snowboard news. I just got back from Homesick, the big event that happened on the East Coast at Stratton Mountain, Vermont this weekend. And it was, again, a damn hoot.
Okay, hold on a second.
Okay.
You were there.
I was there.
You were not only just there. You freaking won the thing.
Oh, I should have brought the...
You won. Where is your trophy?
Oh, it's in my board bag.
So
Shit.
I'm gonna do
something.
there was no live broadcast for this, so I'm gonna do a mock post-win interview with you. What was the event called again? It was the.
It's Homesick. It's the Ross. I need to talk about.
Okay, you talk about it.
So
Sorry, I got excited. Congratulations.
Thanks. The Homesick event. It's unreal. It's really the between that and Last Call, and now Bumhole Beatdown. There are 3 big events on the East Coast again. It's killer.
Grassroots, right? Like soulful.
Big events, soulful, brings out everybody. The camaraderie, the amount of people that come up there and just want to tell stories and high five at Stratton this weekend was amazing. My cup is full. My Stoke cup is full.
I'm happy for
We
you.
had weather that ran the East Coast gamut. First day that I got there, Friday, was brick. And I mean, it was brick.
Brickerson.
Like ridiculous outside. Like you wouldn't even be able to get an edge into the snow.
Oh, that cold.
And it was super fun to go out, and as the day warmed up, as New England does, it starts off just, holy shit, I can't fucking believe we're here to go snowboarding. End of the day, 50 degrees, sun's out, I'm riding a freshly cut half pipe. It's amazing. Fast forward to the next day on Saturday, sun is shining, it's bright, it's unbelievable. Like the day that we all really wanted.
Yeah, that's a fun day.
And it was super fun, and the half pipe was great, and everyone was chucking, and I don't know if it was like the heckling of the East Coast crowd or just the Stoke, or I was doing stuff I haven't done in 15 years.
You went upside down, didn't you?
A couple times. Not in a row a couple times, but I went upside down a couple times.
Couple times over the weekend.
Over the weekend, I went upside a couple times.
What was the best trick you think you did?
Well, I was kind of battled one. I took one to the spine.
No.
Like I was just trying to do stuff I haven't done in a long time, and the pipe was kind of challenging to ride because there was like, it was so soft. The walls were like really fun to ride, but the flat bottom had about 2 feet of just squishy slush in it, so it was really hard to get like a good line. And so I ended up, just trying tricks, and I really like, I don't know why I haven't tried to do this in a while, but just doing inverted front sevens.
Yeah.
And I got them.
Scary?
It's not scary, but it's like the first couple, you don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah. How was like going, like riding up to the first one, you're like, I'm going to commit, I'm going to do this. And when was the last time you did one?
I honestly believe the last time I did one was at North Star vacationing with my family when Cam was 5.
So like 20 years ago.
It's a long time ago. Yeah, like it was a long time ago. And it was just one of those things where I landed something on the wall behind it, and it was sunny, and the music's loud, and everyone's just having a good time, and I didn't think.
Yeah.
And that's kind of how I feel like it needs to be. Like,
yeah, you can't overthink it.
It's all in there. I feel like a lot of this stuff is in there, and you just need to get out of your own head.
Yeah.
And just do it. And so, yeah, I'm personally like, yeah, I won the half pipe in my age division, which was awesome, but it really wasn't about that for me. It was more, I mean, that's like great.
That's awesome. Yeah.
But it was more about like really just landing a couple things in the pipe that I haven't done in a freaking long time. And it just felt good. Like I'm happy with my snowboarding right now.
I'm happy. That's a really good feeling.
And I was talking to someone about it the other day. They're like, what do you mean you didn't do it in 15 years? And I'm like, well, and I started to think about that, and it's really, I think my ego got in the way of snowboarding for a long time because I held myself at a certain level, and I was like gotten in my head too much about like not wanting to snowboard in front of people because of blah 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 blah.
You're not gonna think you were as good as you used to be.
Whatever the case may be, there's a lot to it, but I just it was really liberating a few years ago. I just didn't care, and I honestly, I'll credit a lot of me wanting to snowboard and wanting to hit jumps and wanting to ride the pipe and wanting to like push again to Harrison Gordon 2 years ago at M.A.S.S, and he filmed a line of me riding the triple jumps on Forest Trail, which is the mini park next to the big park.
I remember.
And he just follow cam me through there, and it felt so good.
Yeah.
And literally Harrison, like, I had to like.
Was it the support or?
Well, it was because like I was like, Harrison really didn't want to go and ride the little jumps with me that day.
Yeah.
And I kind of forced him. I'm like, will you just film a line with me? And he was like, but I want to, I kind of want to, don't you think it would be better if I could, it wouldn't be such a bad idea if we went back over to the other side where the snow, like, we should go.
Bro, just film.
And I kind of just convinced him to follow me on Forest Trail, and that was the catalyst.
I love that.
For all of it. It just opened the door, and I told him yesterday, I'm like, dude, I haven't thanked you, but like, thank you, because
That's
it really,
a big deal.
It is a big deal. It's just kind of a weird thing, and it went on. So, long story short, Homesick once again. What Barry Dugan and Gary Land have organized with the help of a lot of other people, because it does take a village to get this thing off the ground.
I'm sure. Yeah.
It's so special.
What did you guys do at night?
Would go out to, like, I hung out with Eddie Wall, Stan, Pat Bridges, Hava Fernandez, like, just like a really fun crew.
Mm-hmm.
And we just would go out to dinner and laugh.
Yeah.
A lot. It was just a lot of laughing. And it was such a good time. And there was like an exhibit. It was called the Dawning exhibit. And in this room that Stratton has, that's kind of in the village, there was a lot of old vintage stuff. And there's a snowboard historian named Paul Graves. He's from the East Coast originally, and he's got a lot of stuff from day one of snowboarding on the East Coast. He has the sign-up sheets from the very first organized snowboard contest on the East Coast.
No way.
And it's like Jake Burton, Tom Sims, like
the heats are just
not the heats, the actual like waivers.
Oh, like the
you have to the forms you have to fill out. So he's got those. Cool. He talked us through.
I love that stuff.
He talked us through this thing called the swing bow, which you may or may not have seen this on my Instagram. If you haven't, go on there and check it out. It's like one of the very first contraptions.
It's like two skis.
It's two skis, but there's so much weird future tech in this thing that doesn't make sense. It's like having like the Atlanteans made a house back. You know what I mean? Like, it's so like retro future, but like so much technology. And compared to what snowboards were then, it's really fascinating to hear the origins of it. And snowboarding could have been a way different thing if that took off. Way different. So yeah, there was that.
And where can we see? Because I just was watching your Instagram.
It's kind of all over Instagram. There wasn't really a production, and that's honestly like some of the best things about it. It's more just grassroots.
You had to be there.
Had to be there.
You had to be there.
Like, show up next year.
Yeah. I like that. I appreciate it. Never mind about seeing it. You had to be there.
You can go to the.
You could feel the energy coming from Todd right now. You would know that you got to be there.
And there's a lot of footage of it on East Street Archives at East Street Archives. Spell out street.
That's like the main.
That's one of the main
yeah.
hubs of this, and there's a lot of footage on there. We had there was a race on Friday, the half pipe on Saturday, Zeb's Rail Jam was on Sunday. And then straight into what happened yesterday was last call. And the last call happens at Loon Mountain. I didn't go. I actually bounced to go home.
Right. And Loon is close to Stratton.
It's like 3 hours away from Stratton. But like everything.
You don't have to fly there.
You don't have to fly there. And once again, mixed bag of what went down there. It's like just dumping snow. But, Loon and the East Coast crowd is unmatched. And people showed up and they were, they went for it. Absolutely went for it.
And don't say Todd didn't warn you about these awesome events. We've been talking about both of these for a month.
We've been talking about these for a long time. So that's kind of snowboard news. There is another bit of snowboard news that is it's fresh. It's fresh and it's fluid and it's devastating. And I don't really want to go into it on this week's episode because I do not have all the details, but I can tell you this, everybody, is that there are a lot of people in snowboard world right now that are hurting. More details will come out on this in the future. It's kind of a weird thing to transition from being on such a high talking about Homesick to a tragedy that unfolded yesterday in the Canadian backcountry. There'll be more on this.
Yeah, you don't.
With respect to everyone that is involved, I'm not going to say anything else about it. But there's a lot of people within the snowboard world, including myself, that are hurting.
It's brand new. It's shocking, and we don't want to talk about it until we know everything.
Exactly.
But we send our love and positive thoughts to everyone involved.
Mega love.
I'm sure if you know, you know. But again, it's not our place to guess or
we don't
try to even figure it out.
I don't want to speculate.
Yeah.
I don't have all the. I don't want to be someone that jumps on top of a topic for views or hits.
Yeah.
Let's just move on from that.
We'll talk about it next week if we do. So I love how stoked you are about Homesick and that whole vibe. Like I could tell in your posts and stuff, and then just texting and talking to you like that. Like you're stoked. Like I just got chills. Your stoked got me stoked. And as I talked about a little bit last week, like I'm still trying to climb out of this surf slump, and it's starting.
I can help you with that because it's
that's like sports psychology, right?
It kind of is, and it's like
physical stuff.
First of all, with myself and what you have to get out of your own head.
Yeah.
There's always something, like no matter what session you have, there's always one good thing from that session.
True.
And if you can dwell on that one good thing instead of all the shit that you're dwelling on negatively, I feel like
I'm not doing airs.
Well, whatever the case may be. And I think and also like, Chris, you're not pro.
I know.
You know, and like I'm not a competitive pro snowboarder. Like I just want to be good for my age.
Right.
To be completely honest. Like that's all it is for me. And I also like, for myself, I have a reissued signature model and I don't want to phone it in.
Yeah.
I don't want to fake it. I'm not here to fake the funk, dude. Like I will throw myself off of things and take it to the pain because I feel like that's what it deserves.
Take the gains.
So give what you feel like it deserves.
Well, I wanted to so I did get a lot of feedback. I did a post.
Oh, is it okay? Are we transitioning? Are we transitioning
I
to
did
surf
get
news?
a lot of we're transitioning. Surf news is brought to you by somebody. It's brought to you by Sunbum at Sunbum, the best surf team in the business at Sunbum. So basically, I got a lot of feedback, but I think I'm going to try to correlate all that feedback and get your feedback. And I'm going to El Salvador on Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to try to form all of this into some type of article, a written thing. Just a couple good ones. A lot of people were saying try different boards.
Mm-hmm.
Joel Tudor said, and this is the truth, he said, lose the gut and get a longboard. You could surf all year long. And that was honest. That was honest truth because, that will help me a little, go to the tropics, etc. So I'll get all those comments together. But anyway, the biggest news in surfing is that the MEO Rip Curl Pro is over.
Mm-hmm.
It was a bit of a slog, Todd.
It was a bit of a slog. I feel like it went on forever.
Well, so
not even like there was no like, yeah, it's fucking happening. It was always just kind of like happening.
Well, I think that's a mix of the waves, the timing, the time zones. There was some crazy surfing that went down, but it was a slog. It was stormy, Todd. It was Brazilian stormy.
It was Brazilian.
It was Brazilian stormy. This is a great quote. I just saw this on stabmag.com. This is from Pedro Ramos. He says, upon looking at the windswept ocean, tainted brown and radioactive green by stormwater runoff, Jesse Mendes' voice optimistically announced, plenty of opportunity out there, which after watching a few WSL broadcasts, any viewer could decode as, it's a jumbled mess. I like that quote because it was messy. The pros had to earn it, which I love to see. These are relatable waves. So I watch it and I get stoked. Some people do not like it. But the good news is we got through it. And the better news is Yago Dora.
Dude,
back on top. And
if there's one person, Italo looked like he was going to be the one to.
No, that's a whole different thing.
But I feel like Yago is, it's such a different approach.
Yeah.
And Yago's surfing is like a combo of.
Well, it's skateboarding.
It's exactly what it is. It's like watching. He's
got
like
good style.
Watching like Alan Peterson or who am I thinking of here?
Alan Peterson's a good one.
Down south in hell. My brain.
Grant Taylor
or someone surfing.
He's got that thing, right? His feet are stuck to his board, but he's also got super clean smooth,
and he's
loose
doing
style.
He's doing things that are not traditional. Like I've seen Yago do, like, you know, when he does his like rotations, right? Like say he does like a front side anything, like he's grabbing slob around his knee.
Yeah.
Which is not the way most people do it. He's grabbing stalefish and like holding. He's not hot slap boarding. Everything is intentional and held and really clamped onto, and I really appreciate that.
I think a lot of it is environmental, because Yago is not like he wouldn't identify as a skater. He actually was like, he has a surf skate model out there. Like he can skate, but I think growing up in Rio Tavares, you know, in Florianopolis, Pedro Barros, that whole crew, it's so surf skate influenced that it just kind of like, he was born with it. You know, his dad rips. His dad had him in and around skate sessions, so there's something about Yago that's different, and it's so rad to see him. Flip side of that, Italo Ferreira, second place. Honestly, he's probably going to win the world title. The way he's surfing, his attitude, his consistency. He goes out now every heat and catches 50 waves. Falls on a lot of them, but makes crazy shit on the rest of them. If he doesn't, I'll be surprised in 2025 if Italo doesn't win the world title.
Yeah,
but Yago's in that conversation now too.
They're two. It's like Italo's like a hammer, and Yago's like a scalpel. Yeah, and that's the way I kind of look at it.
And then for the women who battled the same conditions, battled through the same waves, Caroline Mark got the win over Gabriella Bryan. You know, you look at the numbers for the final: 7-9 for Caroline, 6-9 for Gabriella Bryan. So that was pretty lackluster. They were surfing great. Again, I love watching pros surf in waves that I can actually try to surf in. But I think most people will probably be excited to be heading to El Salvador, where it's warm and nice.
Like different.
Although I'm sure today in Portugal is like perfect.
Yeah, it's probably great. The next item of news you have on here is cool because I think it kind of relates to myself and others that are in my, well, he's a lot younger than I am, but like, look, Josh Kerr qualified for the Challenger Series.
Wild.
And Julian Wilson is making a comeback. I feel like there's, you know, when like shit just like happens as a like, it's like the collective.
It's like the consciousness.
Like the monkeys on the two islands learn how to use tools.
Yeah.
I feel like there's something weird going on where now there's like this resurgence of quote unquote old heads that find some motivation.
Yeah.
They've let go of the ego, like I was saying before.
That's huge.
And it's just, we just want to do this, and we want to push, not for world titles, but we just want to push ourselves.
Yeah. And I know, you know, it's like, I think physically, the physical difference to being in your mid to late 40s compared to being in your mid to late 20s, there, you know, it's a gap, but I don't think it's as big a gap as we think. We're more sore now, we're stiffer and all that, but I really agree with you that the ego and the mind is what is the roadblock. I know physically I can surf just as good as I surfed when I was 30, if not better, because the boards are better and all that, but it is the mind, and you're right, it is the ego. So I love that point, because Josh Kerr, how old's Josh Kerr? He's late 30s.
No.
40s.
In 40s, dude. Easy.
Oh, yeah. Sierra Kerr's like 19.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah. Josh is in his 40s. Julian is late 30s, if not in his 40s as well. We should know every 40-year-old surfer.
I mean, it's the crazy thing is there's kids that are competing.
Yeah.
You know, and they have kids that are.
Yeah.
So it's obviously
it's mother or father-daughter duo that could potentially be on the they're definitely going to be on the Challenger Series at the same time. They could potentially be on the championship tour at the same time, which is amazing. And if you watch Josh's clips, like, he's better than a lot of people on the championship tour.
Josh is like one of my favorite people to watch surf. And if you go and Kerr says, I'm getting a message here that says Josh Kerr is 40.
Yeah.
Which seems
young.
That's really young.
Yeah. He's a young 40.
Is he really 40? He's only 40?
Yeah. I mean, that tracks. That makes sense.
Does it? Okay.
I mean, think about when he was in his prime. He was like 19, 20.
I guess.
I guess he's still in his prime.
I guess he has an old soul.
I think the one thing that will be interesting to see, uh, historically, over the past decade, 20 years on the championship tour, they are critical of boards that are short and wide.
What do you mean?
Slater
Like
had
you won't get the points?
I'm not saying you won't get the points, but I'm saying that historically, surfboards have the way surfboards look on waves have been an underrated virtue of surfers who are getting big scores.
Mm-hmm.
Slater is a prime example of it. When he first started riding the tiny boards, people were like, "What? Like, what is this? What are you doing?
Are you cheating?"
Yeah, like Stu Kennedy had a year, I think, on the qualifying series where he was surfing so good, but he was riding a chopped board, and people just tripped out. So I think it'll be interesting to see if Kerr's boards, the 20s that he rides, will translate when he's going up against an Italo, a Yago, John, who are riding
This is
like race car boards.
This is a question that I think we've discussed this before. Why should it matter?
I don't think it should.
Like if you're,
it's like riding a moped compared to riding a street bike.
Maybe, but I mean, if you drop it in those terms,
it's more fun to ride a short.
But like if you were in a moped race and you brought a motorcycle, obviously that doesn't work.
Yeah.
But we are talking about bringing the right tool for the job, and are we saying that because those boards, like if someone wanted to go and surf a twin fin, right? So you can go and surf a twin. You can surf a quad, no problem. No one has any problem with you surfing a quad. No. But if you bring a twin, then suddenly there's like a problem.
I think honestly, I think it's more of the shape and the look.
I think that's so strange that there would even be any kind of discussion on.
There's no discussion. I honestly think it's so like hidden and
but that's
underground.
You guarantee you there's people having the discussion within the judging pool or within some of the highly competitive families in surfing.
Right.
Like, what should we be riding?
Yeah.
Because as soon as let's say someone says turn our mic volumes up.
Oh, well, we're talking into his phone.
Oh yeah, we're talking into my phone.
We don't control the phone.
We have an actual. There is an actual podcast that happens.
Yeah, look, I have knobs over here.
Yeah, he's nodding. That won't do anything. But anyways,
if you look at the boards for the men and the women on the championship tour, they're all very, very similar. I think you'll look at Gabriel Medina's boards look similar. If you pick one up, it's like domed top, like it's weird.
There's no way
but it doesn't look different on a wave than someone else's.
There's no way that Josh is coming into this riding a thruster. He basically has not ridden a thruster in years.
Well, I think he could maybe buck the trend because I don't know this for sure, but most people that I know that surf all right are not riding. They're not riding the same board as Italo or Felipe Toledo. Like you grab those guys' boards, and they're way knifier, thinner, more rocker. They're a challenge to ride for a quote normal surfer. That's why I'm always riding like a quad, little stubby thing, or like something different because it just makes surfing easier and more fun. But they're the best. So I think it's to be seen if Kersey brings his pastel little twinnies on the Challenger Series, which that's how he qualified for the Challenger Series. So I don't think he's changing.
I hope he does.
I hope he does too. Go, Josh. We got your back. You're our new favorite Challenger Series surfer. The next big event is the Surf City El Salvador Pro, April 2nd through the 12th. I will be there. I'm leaving on Sunday. Pray for surf. I'm so excited to go surfing in trunks. I'm excited to work the event. I got some big words saved up. It's going to be awesome.
Really?
Yeah, and we'll definitely try to do some kind of podcast from down there. Just a couple other quick things. Noa Deane has a new flick called Horse by James Cates. And James Cates says this about Nas. Should I do an Australian accent?
Yep.
Over the past couple of years, he more or less only surfs torched shallow waves. That was not. Can you do it?
What's that?
An Australian accent?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, is that more New Zealand?
Over the past couple years, I'm sorry, Australia. I really do apologize. It's not racist though, right? Me doing an Australian accent.
You're asking the wrong dude.
It's Ozist. So watch this. It's on Stab Premium. Another reason to get Stab Premium. You can watch Nas. He's always got good music, and the waves he does serve are lunacy. One more thing. I've been talking to some of the people behind Carve, the California Action Retailer Plus Venture Expo. That's right, a trade show. This one's happening June 20th through 22nd in San Diego, the classic spot where the ASR trade shows used to go down, same spot. So, there's a bunch of brands going to be there. It's more of a business thing than like a Homesick kind of reunion thing, but you can bet there will be plenty of fun there. And I'm sure we'll be talking about it more as that comes along. That's all I have right now for surf news. For skate news, I have been in a recording studio. I haven't done anything.
You haven't gone skateboarding?
There people are skateboarding.
Of course they are.
Yeah.
We talked.
Yeah, people are skateboarding.
Yeah.
And skateboard news would have been brought to you by Spy Optic, but we don't have any.
We literally don't have any skateboarding.
I don't. There's cool stuff going on.
Nothing?
We do have a bunch of questions though.
All right.
I mean, why not? Why not just keep this one tight?
Yeah, let's keep it tight.
Okay, here we go. Questions are brought to you by Vessel Shipping at Vessel.
People have been saying they want more nerd news.
Okay, what do you got for nerd news? Nerd news is brought to you by
New Greens.
Bachan's. New Greens.
Bachan's already brought us snowboard news.
And
just and it.
And Bubs are brought to you by Nerd News is brought to you by everybody.
All right, listen. I'm kind of excited.
Okay.
I started watching Andor again, the Andor series.
Is that because there's a new
because
series
the new
coming?
one comes out in a couple weeks, and it really has some of the best writing. I'm very excited for that.
RIDING?
Writing.
Like on horses?
Writing.
Writing. Okay.
It's very good. I'm very excited for that. I'm very excited for the new. I sent you this the other day. The second trailer for Last of Us 2 came out, and also the new trailer for the Alien Earth came out too. Did you see that? I sent you all this stuff. You don't even look at this.
I do look at it, and I said thumbs up and hearts.
Okay.
Check this out. This is not nerdy, but this is cool.
Chris,
we've got
for
more
those of you that
stuff.
are not using eyeballs.
Yeah.
Chris,
What am I holding up here?
We're holding up things that will be in our office forever.
This, folks, is an American-made skateboard with our iconic cease and desist Seinfeld logo. Monday M.A.S.S. and Extra Sports podcast about nothing. The good homies at Quincy Woodwork, right? Quincy Woodworks made these boards for us. We have about 20 of them. Limited edition. We'll figure out how you can get yours, but this is actually super rad. That's skate news. So as we know, the T word tariffs are unsettling a lot of markets, including skateboarding. Well, these boards, Quincy Wood writes, their wood is from the USA, up by the Great Lakes, Michigan. They build the boards up there in Michigan. They put them all together. So it's all made in the USA.
What's a tariff?
That means no tariffs.
What's a tariff?
They're terrifying. That is skate news right there.
And tariff news.
More on that to come. Thank you to the good homies, Pug and the crew at Quincy Woodwrights. You're the best.
Hey, here's some other news.
I got nerd news too.
This is nerd news.
Okay.
Nerd. You ever try, are you car savvy?
I know what a car is.
Okay, you know what a car is. Do you ever, I consider myself pretty car handy.
Okay.
Not to the point where I'm I feel like, here's what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
Have you ever gotten into a project where you convinced yourself that you can do it, and then 10 minutes in,
you can't.
By the time it's too late, you've realized that you can't do it.
You can't do it. Yes, I've done that.
Yeah. With a car, it's different.
Yeah, don't start taking your car apart.
Because then you can't drive it anymore.
I have a car question.
Okay, go ahead.
So I had a rat chew part of my floorboard out under where the gas pedals are.
What do you mean chew the floor? Like the foam?
Chew a crater into the foam.
Okay, you're fine.
But do I want to fill it up with something? What kind of foam would I use for that? Like a spray thing and then flatten it out?
A spray thing?
I don't know, like a foam.
What do you mean? Are you talking about just
There's a hole in the carpet.
The insulating foam?
Yeah.
Behind the floorboard?
Under the floorboard.
Under
where
the
my
floorboard.
feet go. So when I put my foot on the gas, my heel goes in the hole. The rat hole.
Well,
it's bullshit.
Why don't you just put a mat in there?
Okay, there you go. So you are good with cars.
Yeah. There's There is something that that from we're getting a question from Ohio here. How many entries has Todd made to win the RS6 Avant that what is it called?
Speed
Speed Nation? I forget what it's called.
Speed Nation.
Anyways, yes, I did buy a T-shirt that I didn't want. That's
so you might win a car.
yes.
Couldn't I have your car if you
I
win
don't
a
know.
car?
If it's like it's one of those things. Speed Society. That's what it is. Speed Society. This is was actually Josh Kalis was involved with Speed Society for a while, and they have this thing. And I'm always questioning like these car giveaways that say you can win this car with this many. Like every dollar you spend gives you 100 entries into this.
Oh yeah.
Like, and so Speed Society put up this white RS6 like 2 weeks ago, and I feel like I'd be an idiot if I didn't enter. But I'm like, I know, like, I hit up all my friends in the car industry, and I'm like, yo, is this shit for real? Like, are these people for real? Apparently they are.
Yeah. No, I see people giving away like those like custom
Yeah, but
vans.
you see people doing that shit all the time. But have you ever met anyone that has won a fucking car?
No. Actually, my aunt won the Showcase Showdown on The Price is Right.
Tim Will Gibson says that you need to just put a cat in your car.
Oh.
It'll handle that. Or what about a rat trap right where you're right there? Like just right.
That's smart.
Right where you just put a rat trap right behind your gas pedal, and you'll probably get that rat.
It's really smart.
Mm-hmm.
My bit of nerd news is F1 has been unhinged this year. It's so fun to watch, and they just dropped the new season of F1 Drive to Survive. No dragons, no spaceships, some prize.
I'm not even really into spaceships that much anymore.
But you just said you are super excited about a big Star Wars unveiling. That's spaceship.
Well, Andor is just
drama.
It's just drama that happens to be in a galaxy far, far away.
How come in Star Wars you never see anyone going to the bathroom? Like, did these people in space
allude to it in The Mandalorian. They call it a vac tube.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to rewatch that. I got it now. And I never saw it in Indiana Jones too. They never go to the bathroom.
Let's go.
Questions. Questions are brought to you by our friends at portal.exp at portal.exp. Jalen Williams says, with a decade and a half of experience working behind a camera, I'm looking to find production work for action sports. Like a podcast?
Who isn't?
Broadcast, live, X Games, all the leagues. What are the keys to getting in the door and getting some good names to contact?
Having footage that people can watch and refer to.
Yeah, I think having a good website,
reel, like a good reel.
You gotta have visual proof that you know what's up. If you don't know what's up and you don't know how to film, you might be able to work here at the Monday M.A.S. Because obviously we need help.
We're taking all comers.
Chasing Winter says snowboarding definitely needs love today. I'm sure Todd has seen.
Yeah, and as I will say this again, and I dropped it into the chat in a few minutes ago, is that there is a fluid. It's not really
all love.
It's a horrible situation that has taken place. I do not have all of the details. All I know is that a couple of friends of mine have lost their lives in a snowboarding accident. For respect to the people that are around them, I'm not going to go into it, but we will talk about it in the future because it's fucking tragic and it's very sad and it's in real time. It's
still ongoing. Joey B, how you doing? Joey B, Joey B, how you doing? Beach speaker or lift line speaker? Which one's got to go? Lift line speaker. There's too much noise. Like and shit happening in the lift lines.
I think I can deal with a beach speaker more than I can deal with a lift line speaker.
I bring a beach speaker. As long as you're playing the right music, a beach speaker's totally fine, Joey B. How you doing?
What if you bring a speaker and you just read a book to everyone?
Oh, like an audiobook?
Oh my god, how would that be? A lift line speaker, but it's just an audiobook.
It's like Chad Kroger listening to 50 Shades of Grey super loud in his car. Do that. Austin Bernicky says, it's Tuesday, bro. Go home. You're drunk.
Wow.
Not yet.
Must be a sick Tuesday.
Mikey Mack says, question for the pod. When you've got your front foot strapped into your snowboard, do you push with your back foot out front or behind?
You know what he's saying? So are you pushing on the toe side or your heel side? When I originally learned how to snowboard, I pushed on my toe side. But then I realized that pushing behind with my heel side was actually faster and more efficient.
Interesting. I don't think I've ever seen you push from behind.
What are you talking about? I'm not playing Contra with you anymore.
Leisure Party says, what guitars did you use from the collection? Break down that guitar collection. He's talking about recording at Tom DeLonge's studio. There's so many guitars. All the guitars that you see him play are there. And Brandon, who plays guitar, used it. I strictly stuck to my trusty 1979 PV.
Does he have
T40.
all this stuff there? Like drums and guitar and bass?
No,
like
no,
if
no,
you just
no.
want, hey, you guys want to just come and record? We got
It's
all
like-
the instruments.
I guess like it's it's basically a wall of like stuff that none of us except for the producer knows how to use.
And this is in Tom's studio.
It's around, yeah.
Yeah, like what else does he have in his house?
I don't want to give you an inventory of the house. It's cool shit.
Does he leave the back door open or
No.
is it closed? Okay.
Joe Wilson wants to know, what's your stance on hot dogs being a sandwich?
What?
If you cut the hot dogs in half
Mhm.
and put them between two slices of bread, it's a sandwich. If you eat it in a bun, it's a hot dog.
You know what's really fun is to order a round of hot dogs for people. And a round of hot dogs for everyone.
Yeah, I like that.
That's good. People love that.
B Don 40 says, frontside indie, period,
Stop.
in referring to Todd's Air
I will
photo.
come. I will come for you in your sleep.
DC.
I'm like Freddy Krueger, but I have hot dogs for
E.
fingers.
Jones 87. Hey, Chris and Todd. How long until the après party phase at Mammoth dies out? And will the next thing be après surf beach parties?
You know, the newest thing, if you go to Big Bear, it's the pre-pray party. It's the party that happens before you go on the hill. And it is far more comedy. If you're walking through the parking lot at Big Bear, take note of the people that are pre-pray partying.
Oh, dude.
Before they go on the hill.
I watched a guy take 2 shots of Fireball last time I was up at Mountain
It's
High.
so
At
wild,
like 8 in the
dude.
morning.
I don't know if it's just like the smaller ski areas, like the Big Bears or like the Mountain Creeks in New Jersey, or I don't know. It just seemed like Boreal. It just seems like people pre-pray,
Pre-play.
pre-play
Yeah.
before they go onto the smaller hills a lot more. It's very scary, actually.
get
It's
it.
super dangerous.
Yeah, don't drink and board. If you're gonna drink, just stop boarding. It's easy. Eat lunch. Eat a chili bread bowl, then have a drink. And don't go back out. Adam Etsart wants to know, Todd, what was your most memorable moment from this year's Homesick?
My most memorable moment from this year's Homesick was Eddie Wall and I were eating upstairs at a restaurant called Mulligan's. It's like one of the
Fancy.
main staple places in Stratton Mountain Village. And this dude came up to Eddie and fucking freaked out on him that he was Eddie Wall. And it's on my Instagram. It's unbelievable how funny this interaction is. This dude was a mega fan of Eddie, and it's probably one of the most sincere moments of fandom that I've ever seen. And the dude was amazing, and he's a freaking legend.
That's epic.
And, yeah.
I love Eddie Wall. I miss
He's
Eddie.
the
I haven't
best.
seen him in a long
He's
time.
and Eddie's currently, if you're listening to this from the East Coast, Eddie Wall, Pat Moore, and the rest of the Arbor snowboard crew from back east is currently doing an East Coast tour through shops through Vermont, Massachusetts, Rhode Island, maybe not Rhode Island, but Massachusetts, New Hampshire, and Vermont.
They should go visit Sid.
If you see them, go out there and say hi. They're the salt of the earth crew.
Eddie Wall and I
Eddie's the
used to work on a Fuel TV show called Action Sports Plus, and we would laugh so hard that the entire production team would be so bummed on us because we would waste an hour laughing. Love Eddie.
That's Eddie.
Brooks 8 something.
Great job.
I don't know. I copy and paste them off. Brooks something. This is a good question. Would you rather have fingers as long as your legs or legs as long as your fingers? Can you imagine?
Whoa.
You could not function with fingers as long as your
Just
leg.
leg?
Could you move them? I have questions now.
Leg fingers.
I'm going leg fingers. Devin Curran says, what's the closest ski hill to the Monday Mass HQ?
That'd be Baldy.
Baldy.
Mm-hmm.
I think second would be Mountain High. Third, Snow Valley. Brian Mack. This is a tale.
God, this is a lot.
Saturday night in the hotel lobby, you were just chilling before dinner, and I could tell you needed to decompress from the day. Some guy wasn't picking up on your body language and just kept talking nonsense to you. Should I have stepped in to say I needed to talk to you and just give you a break from the guy P.S. The face you made when you realized you won an Epic Pass was priceless. What happened in the lobby?
Oh my god, dude. This is a very particular
That's a
incident.
nuanced question.
And yes, I was waiting. Mary Walsh, thank God, rescued me. Actually, Joey B rescued me.
Nice.
But there is some fans, East Coast fans, that are they're very intense. And you know when you just like, I was so fried after that contest, like just like I hadn't drank any water all day long.
Not
and
good.
I was just like, I just need to eat some food, right? Like I just wanted to go and eat. And I was waiting for someone in the lobby, and this dude. I mean, it's fine if you want to have just chat, but you know when there's those people that are just like they bombard you, and they're really not picking up on the.
It's nice, but it's like when it goes too long, it's like, okay.
No, this was like
there's a way to do it. Right?
This was like beyond. I felt like this guy wanted to like sleep over in my room.
Sleep with
like
you?
He would have. It was just the craziest thing. And yes, and I feel like an asshole, but
because he's probably a fan of the show.
no,
What's up?
It's probably just he's just enthusiastic. But
was he drunk?
I think he was just overstoked.
Oh, okay.
And I was just not there. And everyone needs to get rescued sometimes. And it was just, yep, that's it.
I think it's a good t-shirt. I went to Homesick and all I got was this lousy stoke boner for Todd Richards. Last question. Home fries. Mike, what up? You're down in PR. There's some crazy shit happening in Puerto Rico right now. I love trees. I love coastal trees. I love the coastline. There's the government. There's something happening where they're building this bike path that apparently no locals want. And what they're doing right now is like a slashed earth, freaking like smash everything, take down all the trees on the beach to build this bike path.
And this is like near Rincon, right?
They're saying this could potentially change Puerto Rico forever.
Like Agua Diaz is dealing with this, and Rincon, like that.
It's
that whole
all
zone.
that
It's the
stretch.
whole zone, right?
Yeah, and again, like I'm not in Puerto Rico, I'm not from there, but I am with the locals, who are they're shattered because trees are beautiful and they're alive, and like I think this coastline is special and they're fucking it up. So it's on the gram. You can go on the gram and check it all out. My friend's Instagram is @homefries.
Yeah, like Dylan Graves has been talking about it. Like people
it's
that
just
are native
sad.
to
It sucks.
Puerto Rico.
And it's like your people protesting, and the government and the cops are just like they're not hearing it. So we'll see how that happens. But anyway, it's been an awesome show. Always a pleasure to bring it to you guys. And like I said, next week I'm going to be in El Salvador for the El Salvador.
We'll figure out some way to give you
CT.
some kind of information.
We'll do something cool.
We got a couple events coming up. Bomb Hole Cup is coming up not this weekend, but the weekend after, and I'll be out there with Joey B. How you doing on Sunday, hosting that. And yeah, just from the bottom of my heart to my snowboarding family, I'm right there with you guys, and it's more details to come, but there are some people that I'm holding in my emotions for you. So thank you guys for joining, and we will see you next week on the world's greatest action sports podcast. It's kind of a sick podcast.
It's kind of a sick podcast, you guys. Yay!
Peace out.